What do being crew? It's your boy Savon Thomas back with another episode of Coffee and Comments, and we have finally made it to what you asked. College football is back, and so to kick college football season off, we have a review of the new, you call it documentary, movie, whatever you want to call it, but it's the Untold Johnny Manziel story. Was it good? Was it trash? Let's dive in, but first, let's take a sip. Welcome back, Bean Crew. Again, it's your boy Savon Thomas. College football season is finally upon us. As of the day this is airing, we have college football, big college football back on stage with Thursday night football between Florida Gators and Utah Utes. I think that's what their mascot is. So I'm excited, man. I love college football. I love just football in general. But, man, college football has always had my heart my entire life. But when this documentary was released, I was pretty excited to watch it. You know, I'm a big college football guy. I remember the Johnny Manziel craze that was going on. I lived in Dallas at the time, so not far from College Station. Though the popularity for Johnny Manziel definitely centered around College Station, I still enjoyed seeing him. I remember calling him a creative player because I remember watching him in I think it was a Cotton Bowl, the OU played A&M, and I had heard stories about it. I really didn't watch him all year, and I was just like watching him destroy OU. And I was like, bro, who is this creative player at quarterback? Because Johnny Manziel was just phenomenal, was an absolute monster in college. And I rooted for the guy going into the NFL. And obviously his NFL career derailed and things didn't go according to plan. But still love the guy. Still a fan favorite when it comes to football. What I liked about it was it did detail like the story and the history of the craze that was Johnny football. Like for a person who doesn't know football, or for a person who maybe just wanted to watch a good documentary about football or Johnny Manziel or who this person was, his documentary did a great job of giving like a 10,000-foot overview about like the good times, the craziness that Johnny was. Even for me, like hearing the stories between him and his buddies and his agents and his family and all like the little things that were happening behind the scenes with like him drinking and partying and stuff like that and being ready for games. All that was interesting stuff. But man, I wish they would have went deeper on it. Now, when I said deeper, I don't think you need to drive into like his partying habits and like detail every single party he went to. I'm talking about more so the football games. Like they just glossed over a lot of the games throughout the season. Like you saw kind of some bigger games and him like things that he did and like things step up. But I really wish they would have dove into like each game of his Heisman winning season, because the second season wasn't the greatest. I think they lost 4 games that year. But I wish they would have dove in more into like the big games and like games going on and things that would have happened. And that's really what made me, I don't know. That's what I was looking for, right? Obviously, this was the Untold story. Those games are told. You can go look up like kind of the results of like stats and things that happen. So I kind of understand like what they're going for. This is more a story about the rise and fall of popularity and the person that was Johnny Manziel, that is Johnny Manziel. But for me, man, I really wanted them to dive into football. For me, the thing that captures me when it comes to like football stuff is the football piece. And so knowing this is a Johnny Manziel documentary, I want to see them detail like that season that was his freshman year. And they did do a good job, but the main game they focused on was the Alabama game and obviously the play that everybody knows where he's turning around, the ball goes in the air, he throws a touchdown. But man, I wish they would have got like interviews from like the players, like Mike Evans. Like why wasn't Mike Evans filmed, right? Like maybe he declined, maybe they asked him. Brian Swope, right? Some of these guys that he played with, I wish they would have detailed the season in depth. More so than it did, because I feel like that would have been a way better documentary talking about that. But again, it does do a great job of telling the story. It does do a great job of talking about like the mental illness he had, being bipolar, all things he went through with drugs after he got done with college sports, all the different all the money he was making in college as well. Like that was kind of crazy to think about, especially back then when NIL was not a thing. So it was a overall good documentary. I enjoyed it. Like if for anybody watching it, you're probably gonna enjoy the documentary. But for me personally, I wish they would have dove more into the football aspect. of like detailing the games a little bit more. Not every single one, but just some of the big SEC games, whether they won or lost, talking about the his stats and things of that nature of the Heisman winning season. But everything else aside that, they did a great job. So for me, good documentary. I give this 8.0, I guess 8 out of 10 coffee beans. That's for my review of the documentary, movie, whatever you want to call it. Johnny Manziel, Untold Story. And so go check it out. It's on Netflix. Go watch it. College football season is back. Let's go. Boomer Sooner. Hopefully win that championship. Probably not. But we should have a good season this year. So excited for this year. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Leave some comments. Let me know what you guys think of the documentary. Thanks for tuning in to Coffee and Comments.